I'm just gonna put that out there right now. I am not trying to heal from my narcissist, nor try and get revenge on my narcissist. I love her unconditionally, stemming from a conversation about her MPD. She begged me not to leave her, no matter what happened, or she did, or whatever was said, not to ever leave her. And I asked her, I said, well, what happens if you try to leave me? She says, I can't. Don't let me leave. And we made a deal on it, and we shook. I'm not ever giving up on my dream, and I gave her my word. I can't go against my own word. So I am in it for the long run, because we're going through our 6th discard right now, but this one is absolutely heartbreaking. My narc was invited to go to a work party. She's a teacher. So she went by herself and ended up, I guess, drinking way too much alcohol, like alcohol poisoning status. Was raped and received an STD. Now, my narc has completely removed me out of the picture so that she can forget about this happening or anything that ever occurred. And I can't put it down, or I can't stop mentioning it because it's affected me too. She will not report it. She's in no way going to report it. She tried to say, oh, I'm going to do it my own time, but I know my narcissist, and she's a coward. She's never going to report it. There is a fear inside of her, though. Just using narcissistic tactics and everything else against her, I got reactive response and coercive response out of her in the heated moment, and she basically told me that she was drunk, didn't know what was going on, she had no idea, she was sorry, it was a mistake. And I was like, wait a minute, you were drunk and half passed out? They took advantage of you. I said, babe, that's rape. She said, well, I don't know, I didn't know what was going on. I said, that's rape, babe, you need to report it. And she has refused constantly, and to the point of removing me out of her life completely so that she can forget about it. But I don't think that's it. I think there's somebody a little higher up, maybe an employer or somebody at her job that maybe has convinced her that if she reports this, she will end up in a very bad place, or something bad could happen to her. And that is just killing me to think about, because 2 years prior, she had a sexual harassment case on the school music teacher. So much so that she had to kick him in the leg and tell him, stop. It went before the school board, and when the school board asked the music teacher, he says, oh, I'm in love with her. They were like, oh, isn't that cute? Their solution had nothing to do with call the authorities. Their solution to the problem, to the sexual harassment, was to put my girlfriend at the same desk as the guy that sexually harassed her in the same classroom. So they had to share the same desk in the same classroom. I really don't think this is a solution for any sort of sexual harassment. His ass should have been fired, and school should have been questioned. Oh, but then it's the school. That's right, I forgot. Number one top private school in the entire country. And I think they didn't want their little name to get dragged through the mud, so they just kind of passed it off like it was nothing. Okay, that was 2 years ago. This recent little happening, 2 of the co-workers that she has invited her to this work party. I'm kind of curious as to what went on at this work party. If it was not initiation or ceremonial, or see, I'm thinking this is scaring the shit out of me, and there isn't anybody that will help me. Oh, you can't report it, it's not your rape. And Okay, but I'm reporting to school and all this sexual neglect, and my girlfriend who has an STD now and was raped because of two coworkers from her work at this school. But they ignored the sexual harassment 2 years ago and just kind of tucked it away like nothing ever happened. Put her in the same classroom, sharing the same fucking desk with her. There is something very wrong with this picture. There's also a quote from the principal to the organization that backs them, the fundraising whatever. And it only includes the boys. It says, oh, we're going to congratulate this and that about the boys and their families. Not once does it say in this quote anything about the girls or women. That to me is very sexist. Anybody know anything about this that could help me out? Because local authorities, well, they're under the thumb of the military right now. I can get into that later, but they're not doing shit about anything. That's enough evidence for me to go and blow some motherfucker's head off. My girl was raped and was left with an STD. Her sexual harassment thing against her school or the music teacher was ignored. Can anyone in this goddamned fucking world help me? Thank you. Have a wonderful day.